Good day, I'm Ms. Charlemagne, and welcome to the Special Care Baby Unit at the Owen King EU Hospital.
Welcome, I'm Sister Lane, the Departmental Manager of this unit.
I will be taking you on a brief tour throughout the unit so you could get a feel of what currently exists. Through here, we have our patient care area, which is labeled the high dependency room. We also do intake into this room for any critical baby who is born at the Owen King EU Hospital. These babies range from birth to 28 days of life and thereafter transferred either to the pediatric ward for further management.
In here we have our isolation room, which does not exist presently at Victoria Hospital.
And through here you get a glimpse of what our patient care initial setting is. We have our headboard with all the details which currently do not exist at Victoria Hospital. Here we would demonstrate the use of a phototherapy lamp for treating neonatal jaundice. In this case it would be a premature baby because we have the use of an incubator as well. The incubator is self-monitored. There's no additional monitors needed for these unless the baby would need some cardiac monitoring. This piece of equipment here is called our transport incubator. We would use these for transporting any neonate, either throughout the facility within the hospital or external, and also for air transport as well. This currently exists at Victoria Hospital. However, this is a much updated version of what we have. Through this door right here, we have the intensive care division of our unit, where we would hold all our very critical surgical and babies requiring ventilation as soon as they are born or anytime after. Here you could see we have an incubator setting with our new market ventilators, which would provide ventilation for any neonate within the unit.
Welcome to the obstetric department. My name is Nurse Georges. You are now in the operating room attached to the obstetric department. At the Victoria Hospital, we do not have this feature. However, the operating room is now part of the delivery suite of the Owen King EU Hospital. Over here, we have an anesthetic machine, brand new anesthetic machine, which the anesthetist used to put the moms to sleep before a cesarean section. This theater has been outfitted with a station for the babies over here, where after baby is taken out of the mom, after the cesarean section, baby is cared for by the pediatricians. Over here, we have a new feature. It's the combination of our X-ray box and our timer. Our X-ray box allows us to dim and brighten the lights as we need to. And this timer we use to time procedures. Example, if a mom is bleeding excessively and we need to apply pressure, the doctor would ask us to apply the pressure. The doctor would apply the pressure and ask us to time. And this allows us to know how long, and we can comply and give a better care to our patients. An added feature is the use of an intercom. We do not have this presently at the Victoria Hospital. This intercom allows the theater nurses to communicate with the nurses at the staff bay. So, example, if we need a unit of blood, we can ask the nurses at the staff bay to get us this unit of blood.
Welcome to the Accident and Emergency Department. I'm going to take you on a tour through our department. This is our entrance, our main entrance. This area here is the walk-in entrance, patient walk-in entrance. So the patient comes through or goes through the triage area where they will be assessed. This area here is our ambulance entrance to my right. So patients who come in via the ambulance or are unable to use a wheelchair, they will be coming in on a stretcher through this area. They could go to our adult resuscitation room, which is to my right. We actually have 2 beds in there for patients. This area in here is our minor procedure room, where we'll be doing minor procedures. As it says, for example, suturing a patient. We have an anesthetic machine, which is right here, which we could use to anesthetize the patients. We have a ventilator, which is here also. It is a portable machine, like a life support machine. We also have our 2 portable ventilators. We have an example of one on right here. Okay, we'll proceed with our tour. Coming down the corridor to my left is the exit of our adult resuscitation room, which I spoke about earlier on. And also we have our pediatric resuscitation room. Now, coming into this hospital, we have a separation from our adult resuscitation and our pediatric resuscitation, which is quite new to our department. Between the two, we have a debriefing room where we could call in family members to update them on the status of the patients or to give them bad news. We're coming down the corridor. Along this area, we have several observation cubicles. So in the emergency room, we have our call system, the patient call and the emergency call. The patient call is activated by the patient and the emergency call is activated by a nurse or the patient. The accidental emergency department, certainly here, it is much larger than our department. It provides privacy for the patients, confidentiality. You are able to see patients in a separate space, in a confined room. Added to that, we have sinks in every room, which would enable us to do proper hand hygiene and reduce the risk of infection.
Hi, I'm Nurse Adesanya. We are currently within the Owen King EU Hospital Sterilization Department. This is the department where we prepare all our medical devices for use as well as new devices to ensure that they meet the standards that are required. This includes decontamination of these instruments, packaging and sterilization. Within this area, we have our decontamination of instruments and equipment. The staff within this unit, this section of the unit will be cleaning and decontaminating. Here we have the washer disinfectors. These will be utilized to ensure that every instrument meets the standard regarding cleaning. This is one of the racks that will be utilized within the washer disinfector. The instruments will be placed on this, and this part of the rack goes into the machine. The instruments are processed and it comes back out onto the machine for packaging. After washing and disinfection, we go through into our packaging area. Okay, this is the packaging area. So our instruments would have been washed and decontaminated, and they would come out of the washer disinfector on this side, be loaded back onto the trolleys, and our staff here would be preparing them. That would include wrapping the instruments in the required containers and then taking them on to be autoclaved. Our autoclave, the process continues, flowing from decontamination to packaging onto sterilization. Here we use steam sterilization, and through this way we have our autoclaves, our steam sterilizers. The instruments would be rolled onto this area, onto the trolleys, and into our autoclaves. We have 2 steam sterilizers that increases our capacity to be able to manage our sterile instruments. From sterilization, when our sets and instruments have been dried, we have storage and distribution in this area. The sets are stored, packaged, and they're requisitioned from the different units, and they're distributed for this area onto the patient care units.
Hello, my name is Lydia Leos. I'm the ward manager for this unit. I welcome you to the Owen King European Union Hospital Pediatric Unit. Here at the Pediatric Unit, we have a 21-bed unit we have 4 4-bedded rooms, 3 single rooms, and 2 isolation rooms. Our isolation rooms have negative pressure so that we could put any infectious case in there. Here we have our staff base. In our staff base, all members of staff will be stationed here, which is very close to the entrance of the unit, so that we would be able to communicate with persons who are coming in and also with our patients. Here also in the staff base, we have access to our patient call system, which I'll be explaining to you as we go to the room. We have different rooms allocated for different purposes. We have a nappy change room, so mothers who come to the unit and they have their babies and they have to change a diaper, this room is available also. We have rooms assigned to staff so that they could do documentation. We have an interview room where we could maintain patient privacy when we have to interview them on admission. Here, this is one of the rooms which will accommodate 4 beds. This is quite different. We would be maintaining patient privacy and also ensuring that our patient's safety is paramount. We also would be practicing proper hand hygiene, the fact that every room, every patient care room has a sink, so you could wash your hands on entrance to the room, upon exit also. Here over each bed, we have an overbed unit. This unit, this time around, we would not be having oxygen tanks. Our oxygen would be available right here. Our suction would be available right here. We also have a light over each bed so that one patient would not be disturbing the comfort of another patient. We have the emergency setting and the nurse patient call setting. In case of an emergency, the nurse or the patient could utilize this button, pull it, and it will alarm. When it alarms, anywhere on the unit, the nurse will be alerted that there is an emergency. I will be demonstrating in a little while. This one is for the patient call system. It also controls a radio service and music. This is for the music, this is for radio. This is for the lights also, to brighten up the light in the night or to dim it. If they want to read, they want to do anything with the child. When this is pressed, an alarm is set. The nurse, wherever she is, would know that a patient is calling. It is not a continuous alarm, but the sound will be made every 6 seconds and it stops. From the staff base, the nurse will see the room, the bed number, but she cannot reset from the staff base. She must come here to the patient and then reset after she have assisted the patient. Right here. For the emergency also, you pull and it alarms. It would alarm in the corridor. You would see the light would blink in the corridor. For reset, you must come and reset here. Okay, this is basically what happens for one of the rooms, and this exists in every single room, including the isolation room. The very same feature is available in the washrooms also. So if the patient is in the washroom and there is an emergency in the washroom, the patient could call the nurse. Likewise, if the member of staff is in the washroom and there is an emergency, they could alert also from there. So these are some of the features for the pediatric unit. We're hoping and we'll also ensure that parents are made comfortable when they spend time here with their children. We do not intend to break the family circle. When a child is admitted, we understand what happens with a child and the family during a period of illness. So we have sufficient space to accommodate a parent or guardian and a child during the period of illness. So this is a summary of the pediatric unit at Owen King European Hospital. I thank you.
Hello, I am Ms. Solomon and welcome to the Owen King EU Hospital Labor and Delivery Unit. We have 5 delivery rooms, 4 of which are found on the left of the unit, and we have 1 room which is the room allocated for persons who are disabled. If you continue along with me, we will go into one of our rooms prepared for multiple delivery, meaning we can accommodate a mother and more than one baby. If you'd notice here, we have 2 stalls, 2 areas of care for babies, and we have 1 across here for the mother. In this room, we also have some equipment. 2 fetal monitors, 1 also including maternal monitoring. And across here, we have our radiant warmers. At Victoria Hospital, we have all 4 of these pieces of equipment, but these that we have here at the Owen King EU Hospital are more advanced. There is 1 piece of equipment, our nitrous oxide machine, which is used for aiding mothers in management of labor pain. This service is not available at Victoria Hospital at present. As we continue, we now move on to our nurse base area, where we house our staff. That's where our staff works, nurses and doctors, close proximity to our operating room and the remaining delivery rooms.
My name is Natalie Preville. I'm a registered nurse at Victoria Hospital, and I would like to welcome you to the intensive care unit at the Owen King EU Hospital. We are currently standing in the main patient care area where we can care for up to 4 patients. To my right are 2 enclosed rooms where we will be caring for patients requiring isolation. This gives us a total of 6 patient care beds, which is double the capacity we currently have at Victoria Hospital. To my left is the nurses' base or nurses' station, which is outfitted with central monitoring systems. These allow us to observe all of the patient care monitors on the unit. Monitors such as this one. These allow us to have continuous monitoring of patients' vitals, including heart rate, blood pressure, etc. These new monitors also allow us to do invasive blood pressure monitoring, which we cannot currently do at Victoria Hospital. We've received 2 additional ventilators. These allow us to take care of patients requiring breathing support, and we're very happy to have the additional ventilators. Over here, we have some of our new pumps. We have pumps for feeding, pumps for intravenous therapy. These are not new to us. However, these upgraded versions are a lot less cumbersome than the ones we have at Victoria Hospital. This device down here is one that we're particularly excited about. It's called a syringe driver, and it allows us to provide safe administration of medication that requires a very specific dosage. So we look forward to using these to give our patients much safer and more quality care. These pumps are attached to a legless IV pole, which is part of this pendant. Our pendants allow us to have a much safer working environment, as we do not have wires hanging down, which can be dangerous. Our pendants are also free moving, which assists us in positioning for the best patient care. Thank you for coming to the ICU.